early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes. Those votes were put there a number of hours before. Early in the morning, they...
You're dying. That's true. And it is what it is. You're dying. That's true. And it is what it is.
Mr. Sam, if I could just get the sentence out. We can talk about Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
Get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap. Get back.
But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened with it.
Get your words straight, Jack.
Oh yeah, you're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were, but now you got to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you.
They had a very bad original concept. It was carried out poorly, and the cover-up was one of the worst in the history of government.
Mr. Sam, if I could just get the sentence out. We can talk about Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
Bad deal. Should have never been thought of.
They're not accountable to anyone.
Somebody really messed up, and they had the worst cover-up ever.
I get 10 to 12 million views a month, and they won't come out and address my progressive audience. They won't come out and address Bree's audience, or Katie's audience, or Justin Jackson.
And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint when they thought about it.
Or you.
Who are you talking about with that, Jimmy?
I'm talking about anybody who's a progressive in Congress who isn't endorsing hashtag the vote. All those motherfuckers.
Because whoever thought of that idea, I think is in big trouble.
$7 million for reef fish management. $25 million to combat Asian carp. $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico.
Mr. Sam, if I could just get the sentence out. We can talk about Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow. We can talk about Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow. We can talk about Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow. We can talk. Mr. Sam, if I could just get the sentence out. We can talk about Jimmy Dore. Mr. Sam, if I could just get the sentence out. Mr. Sam, if I could just get the sentence out. We can talk about Jimmy Dore. We can talk about Jimmy Dore. We can talk. Mr. Sam, if I could. We can talk about Jimmy Dore can go and we can talk about Jimmy Dore can go and kill. Mr. Sam, if I could just get the sentence out. We can talk about Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
Get your words straight, Jack.
Bad deal. Should have never been thought of. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint when they thought about it.
But you have to go home now.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Really, how many people do that? You mean they moved out and then they said, "Ah, the hell with it, I'll move back in"? You know, it doesn't sound like very normal. You mean they moved out and what? They missed it so much that they wanted to move back in? Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, and
I don't know who created Pokemon Go. How we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
When you look at some of my policies, in a lot of ways, Richard Nixon was more liberal than I was.
Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe. That was an opinion of somebody.
Watch Hillary examine the terrain. Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine, the member. Tim Kaine in the brain. Watch Hillary examine the terrain. Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine, the member. Tim Kaine in the brain. Watch Hillary examine the terrain. Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine, the member.
Bad deal. Should have never been thought of.
It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear words. A kid coming from a very...
As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
Damn right. Hello, users, and welcome to yet another episodic installation of I'm going to touch the mic while it's on, and that's going to make everyone upset. Don't worry, that won't happen once I get back to North Carolina. This setup just has, like, the arm right here, and I love touching it. It's just really fun. Like, this is just so fun. Anyway, what's poppin', everybody? Hopefully everyone's having a good day today. We got Ghosty Boy, Shuryif, Mr. Freak Glitcher, Bob, we've got Bodan, we got Billiard Dilliard, we got Amanda Richardson. Someone needs to tell me what a boutique leftist is. Okay, so boutique, if you were to translate that is a French word. If you were to translate boutique to English, it would be store or shop. So like literally, it's just a store. So like if you walk into like a 7-Eleven, that would be potentially described as a boutique. But because in American colloquialism, people think, oh, French means fancy, you see a bunch of dumb motherfuckers. Like we're talking about the dumbest of the dumb-dumbs, you know, the Jimmy Dore people. So basically, if you criticize Jimmy Dore, regardless of what the substance is, whether it's about right-wing fascism, whether it's about the Capitol insurrection, whether it's about force to vote, if you criticize Jimmy in any capacity, that means you are a corporate sellout and a boutique leftist. That's what they say. I get comments, I get inundated with comments almost every single day calling me a health insurance sellout and a boutique leftist. Because I just disagree with Jimmy Dore on the Boogaloo Boys, for example. Like, again, has nothing to do with that, but... so I just, fuck it. The term is really funny. Anyone that uses the term unironically is really funny, and I'm going to make fun of them. So that's the idea. Hello, Cloud. Hello, Sam. Hello, King of Bad Gers. Hello, Hook. Hello, Addy. Hello, classical anti-fascist. Riding the meme train, you bet. What is the meme train at right now? How much money have I lost? I should not have looked. Okay, anyway. We got Yodeler Yodels, who may or may not still be here. We got Quibble. We've got Jonathan Silva. Neetfar. Sign up for Webull, buy GameStop, set stops at 10K. I mean, if GameStop went up to 10K, I mean, let's be honest, right? That would be pretty intense. I'm going to be singing Tim Kaine in the membrane. Please don't do that. I think I got everyone. If I didn't, I'm so sorry, but I think I said hello to everyone. Hello, Entertained. Not sure if I'm gonna stay. The E-Babe is super hot, but I love me some Dore. Again, this is the most difficult decision that you'll probably ever make in your life. So with that being said, I guess we'll just get into like the news, right? There's a lot of news going on. I'm gonna get into the GameStop stuff. I did some reading. I did some research. I'm also going to tell you, hashtag save AMC. That's my grift. Obviously, of course, it needs to be stipulated that I am not a professional. I have, it's really funny. There's a conspiracy about me on, neo-Nazi forums that I put all of my money in Bitcoin and lost it all. So I'm just going to run with that. My previous experience, is putting all my money in Bitcoin and losing it all. And therefore, you should not listen to me on anything. Dore has been slamming AOC so hard, he's become unhinged. There is so much better of a way to describe that with a joke. Okay. The Dore has been slammed so hard that it has become unhinged. There you go. See? Because the door, right? And there's like hinges. You can see. I got a door right there. Check that out. There's a hinge. So, there you go. Show Dore the door. GME is a Reddit moment. Yes, that is correct. Absolutely correct. You lost tens of thousands in Bitcoin. Come on now. Of course. I lost all my money. I want Nazis to have a conspiracy about me. I wanted Nazis to have a conspiracy about me for a long time. And then as soon as they started, it was everything I ever thought it would be and then some. So, I think it's extremely funny. Jimmy isn't an it, though. I win? Well. Anyway, Jimmy Dore is not a person. Jimmy Dore is an idea, and therefore Jimmy Dore is an it. And with that being said, let's get into the news. So I read this article this morning, and when I say I read this article this morning, that means I looked at the headline and then lolled, and then read like the first paragraph and was like, I'll read the rest of it on the show because the show is in like 5 minutes. So I'm just going to do it on the show. So let's read. So exclusive from Reuters, Proud Boy leader was prolific informer for law enforcement. Now, there are two ways to read this. Reading it in one way is that Enrique Tarrio was an op to basically get dirt on the Proud Boys. And then sell them out. That is reading number one. Reading number two is that he has law enforcement experience, and that is one of the reasons why he joined a white supremacist militia, to utilize the law enforcement experience to assist them with, for example, the Proud Boys will go to any protest at any point, and the cops will always have their back every single time. Charlottesville, you look at any of the protests in DC or, that kind of stuff. Portland, Seattle, whenever Proud Boys show up, the cops are always right there to back them up. So there are two ways to read this. We'll see how it develops, but I'm going to read the full story. It's a 7-minute read. I can beat that. Enrique Tarrio, the leader of the Proud Boys extremist group, has a past as an informer for federal and local law enforcement, repeatedly working undercover for investigators after he was arrested in 2012, according to a former prosecutor and transcript of a 2014 federal court proceeding obtained by Reuters. In the Miami hearing, a federal prosecutor, a Federal Bureau of Investigation agent, and Tarrio's own lawyer described his undercover work and said he had helped authorities prosecute more than a dozen people in various cases involving drugs, gambling, human smuggling. Well, good on him if that's actually the case. Tarrio, in an interview with Reuters Tuesday, denied working undercover or cooperating in cases against others. I don't know any of this, he said when asked about the transcript. I don't recall any of this. So, I mean, now we do know that law enforcement and like the CIA would administer, like LSD to people as a way to like try to, change their brain. They thought it was a truth serum in the 70s and 80s. So it's totally possible they had some lying around, gave it to Enrique Tarrio, and then he just forgot all of it. It's just like, whoops, whoops, right? He just doesn't recall. I mean, personally, if I had a multiple year stint working with law enforcement, I personally think that that's a memorable thing in my life, but that's just me. Law enforcement officials and the court transcript contradict Tarrio's denial. In a statement to Reuters, the former federal prosecutor in Tarrio's case, Vanessa Singh Johannes, confirmed that he cooperated with local and federal law enforcement to aid in the prosecution of those running other separate criminal enterprises, ranging from running marijuana grow houses in Miami to operating pharmaceutical fraud schemes. Okay, if this guy is actually like going up against people, like okay, never mind. This guy's going after weed smugglers. Are you kidding me? Cringe. Tarrio, 36, is a high-profile figure who organizes and leads the right-wing Proud Boys in their confrontations with those they believe to be Antifa, short for anti-fascism, an amorphous and often violent leftist movement. That's really poor wording. The Proud Boys were involved in the deadly insurrection at the Capitol, January 6th. The both-siderism is really bizarre, but the records uncovered by Reuters are startling because they show that a leader of a far-right group now under intense scrutiny by law enforcement was previously an active collaborator with criminal investigators. So I want to remind everyone that Enrique Tarrio took blame for the burning of a Black Lives Matter banner on, I believe, it was like during that Million MAGA March bullshit cringe episode. And then, so this was, I think he turned himself in and confessed to it. Whether or not he actually did it, he took the fall 2 days before January 6th. Now, you're going to tell me Enrique Tarrio, the leader of a far-right militia, is going to turn himself into law enforcement 2 days or 3 days, it was a couple days, before January 6th, where people in the Proud Boys were storming the Capitol. To my estimation, it seems like the reading of Enrique Tarrio still being an FBI informant may or may not be the potentially more likely outcome of that one. Washington police arrested Tarrio in early January when he arrived at the city 2 days before the Capitol Hill riot. He was charged with possessing 2 high-capacity rifle magazines and burning a Black Lives Matter banner during a December demonstration by supporters of former President Donald Trump. I love those words, former President Donald Trump. The D.C. Superior Court ordered him to leave the city pending a court date in June. Though Tarrio did not take part in the Capitol insurrection, at least 5 Proud Boys members have been charged in the riot. The FBI previously said Tarrio's earlier arrest was an effort to preempt the events of January 6th. Well, an effort that failed tremendously. The transcript of 2014 shines a new light on Tarrio's past connections to law enforcement. During the hearing, the prosecutor and Tarrio's defense attorney asked a judge to reduce the prison sentence of Tarrio and 2 co-defendants. They had pleaded guilty in a fraud case related to relabeling and sale of stolen diabetes test kits. Jesus Christ. Like, there's a lot of ways to make money. But trying to kill people that have diabetes, I'm sorry, man. Like, come on. Like, there's a lot of ways to make money. Lacing drugs that you're going to sell to people, come on, man. There's a lot of ways to make money. Poisoning people, come on, man, right? So, the prosecutor said Tarrio's information had led... I don't know if you can hear the dogs. Can you hear the dogs? Okay, they stopped barking. The prosecutor said Tarrio's information had led to the prosecution of 13 people on federal charges in 2 separate cases and had helped local authorities investigate a gambling ring. What is a gambling ring? What does that mean? Tarrio's then lawyer, Jeffrey Filer, said in court that his client had worked undercover in numerous investigations, one involving the sale of anabolic steroids, another regarding wholesale prescription narcotics, and a third targeting human smuggling. He said Tarrio helped police uncover 3 marijuana grow houses and was a prolific cooperator. So this guy was basically, to my understanding, trying to kill people with diabetes, may have been participating in human smuggling, and then ratted people out for growing marijuana in their backyard. Sounds about right when it comes to a dumb motherfucker. In the smuggling case, Tarrio, at his own risk in an undercover role, met and negotiated to pay $11,000 to members of that ring to bring in fictitious family members of his from another country, the lawyer said in court. In an interview, Filer said he did not recall details about the case, but added the information I provided to the court was based on information provided to me by law enforcement and the prosecutor. An FBI agent at the hearing called Tarrio a key component in local police investigations involving marijuana, cocaine, and MDMA or ecstasy. Again, this guy is ratting out people for just having a good time. Like, that's some dumb bullshit. If it's like heroin or something, you know, maybe, right? Maybe I can understand a context where it's like, you know, all right, fine, right? But if it's like weed and like MDMA, I'm like, I'm sorry, man. Like, come on, like, you're just a bitch. There is no evidence Tarrio has cooperated with authorities since then. In interviews with Reuters, however, he said that before the rallies in various cities, he would let police departments know of the Proud Boys' plans. It is unclear if this is actually the case. He said he stopped this coordination after December 12th because the DC police had cracked down on the group. Now, again, like I said, every single time Proud Boys appear at anything, everywhere, right? I've been to these protests in person in 2018, 2019. I've been to these protests. I have been face-to-face with Proud Boys. I've been face-to-face with police. Every single time, the police are on the side of the Proud Boys up until the Proud Boys decide to start wreaking havoc in Washington, D.C. Such the extreme degree that they did in mid to late December and, of course, on January 6th. Tarrio on Tuesday acknowledged that his fraud sentence was reduced from 30 months to 16 months, but insisted that leniency was provided only because he and his co-defendants helped investigators clear up questions about his own case. He said he never helped investigate others. Well, that's interesting. The comment contrasts with statements made in court by the prosecutor, his lawyer, and the FBI. The judge in the case, Joan A. Leonard, said Tarrio provided substantial assistance to the investigation and prosecution of other persons involved in criminal conduct. As Trump supporters challenged the Republicans' election loss and often violent demonstrations, Tarrio stood out for his swagger as he led crowds of mostly white Proud Boys in a series of confrontations and street brawls in Washington, D.C., Portland, Oregon, and elsewhere. The Proud Boys, founded in 2016, began as a group protesting political correctness and perceived constraints on masculinity. That is untrue. It, from the inception, when Gavin McInnes founded it, was always and always has been a violent arm to enforce white supremacy, conservative values, which is just another way for saying that they hate Muslims and Jewish people and, you know, gay people and so forth. The original rule set of the Proud Boys said and literally required that if you wanted to rank up, that is to say, if you want to go from a grunt to like some sort of leader or whatever, in order to rank up within the ranks of the Proud Boys, you needed to be arrested for violence with left-wing activists. You can go look this up, just search Gavin McInnes, you know, Proud Boys or whatever. He's on Joe Rogan. He went through the whole handbook in like 2017 or something. So this is a group that was founded on white supremacy, founded on violence, and founded on hate. It did not begin as a group protesting political correctness. That is untrue. Reuters is lying to you here. So I just want to be very explicit about that. In September, their profile soared when Trump called on them to stand back and stand by. Tarrio, based in Miami, became the national chairman of the group in 2018. In November and December, Tarrio led the Proud Boys through the streets of D.C. after Trump's loss. Video shows him on December 11th with a bullhorn in front of a large crowd. To the parasites, both in Congress and in the stolen White House, he said, and in the stolen White but Trump was in the White House at the time. You want a war? You got one. The crowd roared the next day Tarrio burned the BLM banner. Now, it is unsure if he was actually the one doing that. I know he just took the fall. Former prosecutor Johannes said that she was surprised that the defendant she prosecuted for fraud is now a key player in a violent movement that sought to halt the certification of President Joe Biden. I knew he was a fraudster, but I had no reason to know he was also a domestic terrorist. So again, Reuters is not the greatest outlet in the world, but they're basically just taking these documents and just writing what they say. Now, if it comes out that they're fake news or whatever, then, it comes out that they're fake news. Clearly, the people at Reuters do not know the history of the Proud Boys, but there's a difference when it comes to detailing the history of a violent white supremacist terrorist organization and reading just FBI and court documents. When you read FBI and court documents, it's just, you write that and you put it in the article. But when you just don't know, like what happened 5 years ago or whatever, then clearly you're going to do this both siderism. So I just want to explain why I'm critical of this article while also taking it a little bit at face value, building in some of that critique that I know inevitably the dumb motherfuckers are going to put in the comments to the clip when I upload it. But yeah, really makes you think. Again, do I think that this is a grand conspiracy? No, I don't. But I think that this guy probably had connections, was definitely very familiar with how law enforcement operates, and that was key to his behavior over the course of the last couple of years. So that's my analysis of that. Hello, users. Hello, Simon Says. What's papa-loppin'? Hello, Skylar. Please like the stream, people. Agreed. What's AMC at? AMC bouncing back. Come on, AMC. Let's go. All of those times I peddled coke, I can't remember either. I know, right? Like my dog, people with female dogs always misgender him as female. People with male dogs always gender him as male. Yeah, no, gender pronouns are dumb as shit. There's a lot of languages that don't have gendered pronouns. They just have pronouns. I think that is the ideal scenario. I will default to they and them whenever I don't know someone's pronouns until told otherwise, because that is the default pronoun in English. They and them is the default neutral pronoun. It's been around since I think like the 13th century or something, so it's not new, it's not newfangled, it's not SJW, it's literally something we've been dealing with for 800 years, so I'm just saying. Yo, you need to do deep undercover and get into frustrated young whites to stop jacking it? Oh my god, stop. Reminder, the Proud Boys also had a rule where they cannot masturbate. FBI plant leaders movement against anti-fascists. Shocker. Yep. From what I've read of Tarrio, he sounds very disingenuous and very dumb. No, yeah, he's a dumb motherfucker. Isn't he a black dude? I think he identifies as an Afro-Cuban, I believe. Because he's a narc bitch and doesn't want to be on the line. Exactly. Is Cheeto at the door? That was actually Bradley the dog who was barking earlier. Bradley the dog, of course, is a dog, and he barks. So that's the situation. Hello, Sailor Nasheed. Trump Presidential Library? Is that a thing? I'm total, like, just for the record, y'all can love me. That is perfectly fine. I will not promise that I will reciprocate, but, maybe if you give me a couple $1,000 super chats, maybe I will. And I appreciate the kind words. I've got a decent show lined up here today, so probably be live for another hour or so. I want to talk a little bit real quick before I read the rest of the chat room. I love catching up with the chat, but last night on, well, I don't know if it was last night, but yesterday on Twitter, I posed a question of whether or not I should begin Operation Grift Part 2. Now, for those of you that are uninitiated, Operation Grift was the fundraiser I did in October to purchase this microphone and some other adjacent things. I ended up getting enough cash. Actually, I guess it was in November that I did this. Yeah, it was in November. I ended up getting enough cash that I was able, as early as possible, that I was able to get a bunch of stuff at heavy discounts on Cyber Monday. So I raised a bunch of money and just spent half of what I needed because everything was on sale, and then I just pocketed the rest. And just kidding, I didn't pocket it. I spent it on marijuana. So I'm just, just being honest. I didn't actually do that. I spent it on partially marijuana, partially dog food, whatever. I don't know what I spent it on. But either way, I may or may, I know there's an influx now that I'm receiving of new people, and I'm considering doing Operation Grift Part 2. And I don't have any details on it yet, but how does that sound? Would anyone be interested in, some more targeted harassment of my bank account? She said my name! I did! I read the chat. Damn, this girl stay dropping knowledge. Thank you, thank you. Isn't Reddit trying to crash GameStop stock too? I shorted it this morning. It's halted right now. I don't think Reddit is trying to crash the stock. They're just trying to make it so that hedge funds that are trying to get involved, they're the ones that get fucked. And whether or not other people get fucked, by involving themselves in a way that they shouldn't, that's, I think, as far as I know, just, casualties. Right now I'm talking about AMC. I'll go into GameStop in just a bit, but I'm talking about AMC. That's my shit right now. Again, I am not a professional. This story is saying more about law enforcement than it does about Proud Boys. Exactly, Desert Ren Spats Cannon. Exactly. That's one thing, again. The cooperation, whether or not whatever, like, blah, 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 is still active, the cooperation itself is what's, something you gotta look at. He also forgot the Proud Boys went after Vic Berger at his house till Tim Pool reminded him. Yeah. They went after old Vic. Reminder, Canada has designated them as a hate group, and Tim Pool has tried to run defense for them again. Platforming assholes like Gavin is why I won't watch Rogan. I have no reason to watch Rogan. My IQ is much higher than his, and therefore he provides nothing for me. Shit, I missed a half an hour again. Don't worry, home. I'll be live for a little longer than average today. Well, I don't even know what average is. I did 2 hours yesterday. So is that average? I have no idea. But I'll be longer than an hour today, so don't worry. Proud Boys, thumbs down. Dunning-Kruger boys, thumbs up. There you go. Did we discuss GameStop stock already? No, not yet. I'm waiting until we get some more people in here before we get into the potatoes of this. Even animals don't have gender. Yeah, animals definitely do not have gender. It's pretty great. We are an investing channel now. Don't worry about this. I've been in crypto for a while. So I'm familiar with how this shit goes, and that's why I'm, really interested in AMC and GameStop, and there's also BlackBerry, Nokia, there's a bunch of others that people are considering. I don't think we're going to see another GameStop, but I do think we could see something similar, but again, I'm not a professional, and I'll get into that a little bit later. These guys talk a bunch of shit, but they never, ever, ever see them protesting in the hood. They don't burn BLM flags here in West Philadelphia or much through the streets. Are you in West Philadelphia? I'm 30 minutes away from you right now. That's cool. Yeah, no, of course they don't do that. They go to these liberal Democrat cities, and then they bring in monster trucks and bear mace and hide in the fucking bed of their pickup truck while they fucking throw bottles and fucking bricks at people from the safety of their vehicles. These people are beta males. Proud Boys are beta males. That, why else are they going to say, oh, I'm proud to be a boy? Because they're a fucking beta male. They're trying to come back at something. It's a little embarrassing. You bought AMC at 125. God bless your soul. I got both the $1,200 and the $600. A lot of people I know got neither. Some of them got one. I don't know what the situation. His library was all pop-up books. Oh my god. If you want to jump in on the Reddit stock trading, happy fun times. Be mindful that some trading companies and apps are a bit overloaded. Yes, again, I wouldn't just, again, I want to make it very clear. If you're going to involve yourself in any of the meme shit that's going on in the stock market, do not put any money in that you're not willing to lose. This is very volatile. This is more volatile than I've seen crypto be in a long time. I have not seen a crypto go as high as GameStop. GameStop went from $4 all the way up to $300. I have not seen a crypto do that in a long time. So this is a very volatile market. If you want to try to get in on some easy cash, feel free to do so. But again, do not invest more than you're able to lose. If you did get your stimulus and you want to throw some $200-$300 into it or whatever of your stimulus, feel free. But of course, if you have that earmarked for other things, don't do so. And just as a word of wisdom here, if I ever get rich, just as a, if if I ever do get rich, or YouTube, or this, whatever I'm doing, if I ever have access to large amounts of money via any of my endeavors, whether it be YouTube or my other ways that I make money, don't worry, I got y'all. I just want that to be understood. I got y'all. The fundraiser to make the show 2 hours long. Exactly. I mean, I think it's already at this point. I haven't even gotten into my second story. I'm still trying to read the chat. This is the problem. Is like, there was once upon a time where I could just read every chat message and then go do the next story. But now I keep getting stuck on the chat messages, and it's like, this is causing like a little bit of sludge here in the pipeline. But I'm still willing to get all through. Like, if there's at a point where I'm getting like 300 viewers a stream or something, maybe I'll have to forgo reading every chat message. But as of this moment, I'm reading all of them, baby. What better way to bring in the new viewers into the fold than by bilking them of their money? Yes, give me all of your money. Hello, Sonic the Hedgehog. In Trump's case, it'll be a library full of misinformation he spewed during his term. It'll just be like all the books that contain a photograph of each and every tweet on every page from start to finish. So like, you open up the book, and then page 1 is just one tweet, and then page 2 is another tweet, and it goes from the start to finish, from when he made his Twitter to the end. Reminder, reminder.
But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened.
That's one of his last tweets. What a great bookend. Have you watched Inspector Gadget 2017? The only thing I know about Inspector Gadget is that there's a PS1 game based on the series. I know nothing else. That's all I know. In Trump's case, it'll be blah, blah, blah. I already said that. Post a link for PayPal donations to the bitch. All right, I got you. I mean, it's in the little scrolling chyron or whatever you want to call it, but I'll post it in chat. Feel free to give me cash of any kind. I accept anything. If you want to give me cryptocurrencies, just DM me. Let's see. Let me, got a little, double, okay. I mean, it definitely can pay off if you time it right, but, you know, caution. Exactly. I'm already out of my short. I'm not PDT locked. Good. What's your opinion on the Proud Girls? They're great. African National Congress? Yes. Yes. AMC, not ANC. I want to learn how to get in on this. Solidarity with others to take over Wall Street sounds good with me. I'd recommend looking into Robinhood. That seems to be the most basic thing you can do to get into it without doing a bunch of complicated stuff and getting an actual broker. No girls allowed in the Proud Boy tree fort. Yep. I've been buying stocks and in futures for like 15 years now, pretty well abreast. There you go. That's good to know, Zorak. And if you want to provide any supplemental knowledge for my upcoming segments, feel free to do so. Oh man, this GameStop thing feels like justice. It's great. They did march through Philadelphia with guns, but it was the old city. Yeah, I remember there was a lot going on in Philly, I think in like July or August or whatever. But it was like it was like in all like the weird historical places, you know, like it's been a while since I've been to Philadelphia. I don't know where the streets are. But, you know, it's like they were doing that shit in front of, like, museums and, like, all that kind of stuff. Instead of actually being in residential neighborhoods, a lot of the, like, demonstrations are in front of museums and all that kind of shit. So it's like, of course, the thing is, that gives the police more of a reason to crack down. So that's the whole thing. If you do your little meme protest in front of a museum versus in front of some house that no one gives a shit about, right, then the police are going to have a different calculus, and that's how the whole game is played. I would definitely help you if you want to add me on Twitter or something. Sure. You know about Mike Mattei's tenure as Inspector Adjet. Yes, Mike Mattei's tenure is something that I try to forget about. Similarly to Enrique Tarrio, I'm afraid I don't recall. Let's bring back Blockbuster stock after GameStop and AMC. I'm down. Blockbuster killed me back in like 2010, I bet. Albert says, Robinhood won't let me buy AMC stock. I actually got some AMC stock this morning. I will not disclose what the price I got it for was. But I will say it's currently $17, and if you can get some, try to get some. But if you cannot, and again, this is all relative, so don't sue me or anything. All right, let's get on to another news article before we get into GameStop, before we get into AMC. Let's get into Lindsey Graham, not to be confused with the cracker of the similar variety, but this is Lindsey Graham on Fox News delivering a threat to the Democrats.
In the House, if there's an effort by the Democrats to call a single witness in the United States Senate, they had no record in the House, there will be delay of this trial, there will be a Pandora's box being opened. We will want witnesses, and this thing will go on for weeks, if not months. So I'm hoping that we have a trial based on a stipulation of fact, not witnesses, and we get this behind us.
There you go. So Lindsey Graham is going on Fox News yesterday evening, rather, I should say. And he's basically saying, if the Democrats want witnesses, we're going to want witnesses. And it's going to take a long time. So that's another thing that we need to talk about. The longer this impeachment trial goes on, I personally think the better. The more information that comes out, I personally think the better. And that's only if the Democrats do also other things. So, for example, if the Democrats want to do a very elongated impeachment trial, great. But don't let that interfere with everything else. Now, I do want to be said, I do have a vested interest in this. If there are impeachment trials with witnesses, I will cover them live, and I will probably make a lot of money off of that. So again, I have a vested interest in them doing this trial. So keep that in mind when listening to my commentary. But again, I think it would be interesting, like a soap opera. Just have the trial take place for 2 hours in the evening, and then do all the important stuff like passing a new minimum wage or, new stimulus or COVID relief, right? Do that in the morning, and then do the impeachment trial in the evening. As long as the impeachment trial does not detract from getting actual policy out the door, actual good legislation out the door, as long as that's the case, I am in support of impeaching this motherfucker for years. I'm in support of a trial that will literally last 10 years. If they have the wherewithal, I'm down. Make it last as long as possible. But again, Lindsey Graham, not to be confused with the cracker, of which I would never call such a person, is going out there and kind of, laying out the ground rules. And I hope the Democrats listen, and I hope that they call this bluff, because it's going to make things a lot more interesting going forward. Whew. Andrea loves capitalism. You heard her. Absolutely. Why does stock rhyme with why is my mouth watering? Oh, what does stock rhyme with? And why is my mouth oh my god. Motherfucker. These morons march their dumbasses through the richest part of the city. Yep. Very good take. Thank you. What did I miss? Hello, Jenna Nix. You missed us talking about Enrique Tarrio being an FBI informant. You can just go watch the segment or rewatch the VOD here. And then Lindsey Graham, not to be confused again with the cracker, talking about impeachment. Will the trial be televised? Of course. Impeachment trial is going to go. Going on longer is good because because more shit will bubble up. Absolutely. Watching Majority Report cover the impeachment was great. I just want to let everyone know that if there is a battle to the death of covering impeachment with me versus Sam Cedar, I just want that to be very understood that I do not have children, and I am 40 or 50 years younger than him, and I will be very, very able to cover each and every single impeachment hearing. And I'm not sure if we can say the same about Sam Cedar. So if you want to find a location for the impeachment trial to watch the entirety of, bada boom, baby, hit me up. Probably C-SPAN. There you go. Even if most of it was Sam looking sheepishly at his phone. Just 3 whiskeys deep, the 5 o'clock shadows coming in. Andrea equals impeachment sellout. Absolutely. I couldn't laugh that much 24/7. I'd hurt my back. Yes. I feel like George W. Bush led the contrarian right-wingers like the Tea Party and other Trump supporters that became the new Republicans. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, each and every Republican leader from, Ronald Reagan to Newt Gingrich to George W. Bush or whatever. They all, and Sarah Palin, can't forget that. Lindsey Graham is such an evil bastard. Andrea equals trolled by the great Fartatron. Yes, I got trolled. A little bubble. Perpetual impeachment. Sam only has kids one weekend every fortnight, to be frank. That is true. I'm very familiar with that. With divorced, well, in my experience, my parents never got married to begin with, so I'm very familiar with that. Perpetual impeachment. Let's get it. Sam, okay. Newsflash. Sam Cedar is a lich, and his phylactery. All right. Anyway, I want to get into a more of news topics. Again, we have yet to get into the GameStop stuff. And we will get into that shortly. Get it? Shortly. Get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? Does anyone? Does anyone get it? Shortly? Haha. Anyway, I'm setting up the next segment, so just, give me a break. Come on, man. Okay, I heard the Democrats are trying to impeach Trump because they're afraid he'll run in 2024. For the sake of my personal financial interests, I do hope Trump runs again. But, for the sake of literally everything else, I really hope to God they bar him from ever running again. But it's unlikely to get the 67 required votes. For reference, Andrea did pronounce phylactery correctly. I hope I pronounced it correctly that time, too. Yeah. So, okay, I was going to talk about... I'm really not sure how to talk about this, but I do want to talk about this. So, Kellyanne Conway... a former advisor or counselor or whatever to Donald Trump, decided a couple days ago to post naked photos of her child, emphasis on child, under the age of 18, on Twitter in front of millions of followers. This story has like a bunch of components to it. To be honest with you, I don't know how comfortable I am sharing those components. I don't necessarily want to... promote or use my platform to embarrass someone who's already going through a very traumatic incident. But I did want to talk about this, so I'm just going to talk about it with nothing on screen instead. So yeah, Kellyanne Conway, who y'all might know is maybe one of the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. Claudia Conway is her, I believe, 16-year-old daughter. She was being very epic last year, like exposing a bunch of secrets in the White House and that kind of stuff. And then, when Kellyanne got the virus, she was exposing that on TikTok, and it was pretty interesting. And it appears that a couple days ago, Kellyanne Conway, in some capacity, managed to acquire naked photographs of her 16-year-old daughter, and then post them publicly in front of millions of people. Obviously, that's illegal, and she should be sent to prison. And so another thing is George Conway, who apparently is the spouse or whatever of Kellyanne. I don't know. I don't know their family dynamics. I don't watch them. I don't know these people. But George Conway posted some sort of message of Claudia asking for people to stop attacking her family, and it really just seems very abusive to me. Now again, if they talked it out and they're all on the same page, that's great, but there is like a 0.0001% chance that they in fact talked it all out and everything's okay. I would reckon that they in fact did not do so, and I would presume and am presuming that they did the exact opposite and are trying to abuse their child and try to use her platform to get the law enforcement off of their ass. Because, again, if your wife is posting naked photographs of your child, that comes back on you as well. That shows an absolute failure of parenting. Shows an absolute failure. You decided to procreate with someone who is unhinged and disgusting. That's on you, buddy. And that's the way I feel about this. So I feel like personally, if I had any sort of, say if I were on a jury, I would say both of their parents should go to prison. Maybe different sentences, maybe. Kellyanne throw there for 50 years or whatever. I don't know what the, possession and distribution of that kind of material actually goes for. Maybe George, just deserves a you're a terrible parent and this should be on the record thing. But again, I don't know how comfortable I am showing any of this because I think it's, an invasion of privacy. But I did want to talk about the story a little bit. I was going to yesterday, but, then I didn't because yesterday was a little bit, yesterday's show is a little bit of a different mood and I didn't want to go into that mood and then say, by the way, here's this subject. I didn't want to do that, but I did want to give my thoughts on this subject because some people have asked, and yeah, no good, very, very bad actually. But that's how that works. It's in the GOP's best interests he doesn't run again, lest he start a rival party. I believe he's already filed paperwork for the rival party. I believe. For the sake of my sanity, I hope Trump never runs again. No, exactly. Yodel or yodels, we are talking about, straight up, material. That's what we're talking about. I don't, keywords, everything. Being traumatized by your mother is unbearable. Yeah. Tell me about it. Hey, Bob. Oh, happy day to you all. Happy day to you as well. George Conway is a Lincoln Project guy. Jesus Christ. I mean, these people are disgusting. Verging on Stefan Molyneux's logic there. By the way, careful. What? Wait, what was sounding like Stefan? That's a hefty accusation. Yeah, I have no idea what that means. Are you saying I have no idea what that, I assume you're just joking. Some random guys filed paperwork, no idea if they're linked to Trump. I hope so. But again, if Trump were to start this party, it would probably be better for him to have some random fucker go do it instead of him doing it. And then later on he'll go a couple months from now. It's many people are saying there's a great new party called the that's probably the move he would make. You have to take a test and drive a car, but any asshole can procreate damage at will. Yeah, it's unfortunate. If they married a crazy person, that's their fault. I mean, it is their fault. It is objectively their fault. You decided to have a child with someone, and that someone decided to abuse your child. There's responsibility there. To say that George is 100% innocent, I mean, I'm not saying that you're saying that, but that's not to say he's 100% guilty. I didn't say that. I'm just saying he bears responsibility for that. If you are, again, this is their child, right? You are responsible for your child's safety, at least until, they're emancipated, right? If you marry someone who abuses your kid, I don't, and you know about it, and you're covering for that, and you're doing damage control, and you're trying to say it's okay, I mean, there's a lot going on there. Y'all heard what they say. Don't stick your dick in crazy for real. Fucking Dusty Scarlet, dude. People can't change over the course of 20... No, I'm not saying... It's not oh, you made the mistake. You should have known what the future would be. It's saying if your spouse is abusing your child in front of millions of people and you cover for it. George Conway, I was going to show it, but George Conway made a tweet where he's my daughter asked me to tell you all to stop harassing my family. Like, I'm sorry, that's not acceptable, in my opinion. That's grounds for divorce. If George doesn't file for divorce, it's definitely on him too. Exactly. That's my point. Exactly. That's my point. All right. Let's get into GameStop. Y'all ready? GameStop, baby. Let's get it. And AMC. Just want to let everyone know. AMC, AMC, AMC. You used imprecise phrasing. Oh, for sure. I often use imprecise phrasing. Have you seen the status quo interview with the sister of an Amazon worker who died in her sleep? Powerful stuff. Would you mind sending that to me in a DM or email? All right, so let me give a solid retweet on my own tweet about the thing going on, because we're getting in there. It's GameStop time. Yo, Top Damage Wizard. All right, Top Damage Wizard, before I get into my next segment, now that you're here, what do you think the ceiling is for AMC? Now, again, I want to be very explicit and emphasize the word think here. We are not experts. Nobody knows anything. Anything could possibly happen. Who knows? But what do you think the ceiling is for AMC? What's up with Republicans and child molestation? They seem to do it all the time and accuse everyone else of doing it. It's projection. Pure and simple. Zorak, AMC is down back to 15 from the highs of 30. So it's good. It's a good pullback if anyone wants to get in. I would agree with that. Lincoln projection. Oh my god. Lincoln projection. That's fucking beautiful. Holy crap. Okay, so I'll just do the segment. All right, so this morning on CNBC, we have a very interesting report. We've got some very interesting information being reported by Andrew Sorkin, and this information seems to be given under the pretense of they don't want you to continue buying stock that you are legally and capable, and you can just buy stock. Anyone can buy stock. I want that to be explicit here. Over the last 24 hours, people have been sending me all this GameStop stuff. I spent a couple hours over the last night, going over it and learning a little bit about this. So I want to play this segment here because I want to be very explicitly clear about how bad the media is. And so now, one of the reasons why people decided to go hard, as they say, on GameStop is because a bunch of hedge funds decided to short the stock, which basically means, to my understanding, now again, I am not an expert, right? So I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, feel free to correct me. But to my understanding, shorting a stock means you borrow shares and then sell them with the intent of buying them back at a lower price. So if I were to short, maybe if something is $5 or $6, and I say I want to short it and, sell those shares that I don't have, and then buy them back at like $4 or $3, then there you go. That's the idea. Now, the whole thing with shorting is that it does require a buyback at some point. So it is a bet against the company doing well, but at the same time, the bet requires them buying stock again at some point. So it's kind of like if you want to sell your stock at 10 and then just get out of that position, there you go. But if you want to short that position, basically it does require buying back the stock with the intent of it then when you buy back that stock, it will go back up and then you will sell it and then it will go back down, etc. This is how hedge funds manage to manipulate the market. You see this all the time with companies like Tesla, for example. Hedge funds have unlimited amounts of money, and I want that to be understood. So let's see. Melvin Capital, which is a several billion-dollar hedge fund, is apparently closing out of its GameStop position. Now, again, I am not entirely sure if that's correct. It might not be. They could be lying. Anything is possible. But let's watch this clip, and then I'll pause it when I need to.
We have some breaking news right now on what has turned into the soap opera and saga of the markets right now, and that is the story of GameStop.
I want to be very explicitly clear real quick as well before we get into this, that money is fake. Stocks are fake. They don't mean anything. The United States dollar is fake. It doesn't mean anything. The value of the United States dollar changes every single year based on inflation. So what $1 is worth right now will not be worth the same in 365 days. Money is fake. So with that being said, let's go.
The news to bring you right now is that Melvin Capital Management, this is the hedge fund that had shorted this company that had effectively been attacked by an army of investors trying to push up and press up the...
Now, in the chat, Mr. Freak Glitcher says, sources familiar with these situations suggest that they haven't closed after all and are only saying they will to tank the price. Exactly. So, again, real quick, when you short the stock, right, if you sold it at $10, you definitely do not want to buy it at $350, right? That is the exact opposite. Now, if you want to say cut your losses, you could have Andrew Sorkin lie on national television to manipulate the market. The stock might go back down to like 150, maybe, if they're lucky, and then they'll be able to not lose all the money. They'll only lose half of the money that they would otherwise. So, like I said, it is very possible that this is all lying. Now, I do want to be very clear about this. Going on Reddit and posting, hey guys, I'm going to buy GameStop stock, wish me luck. That is not market manipulation, right? Going on national television and lying about your position as a billion-dollar hedge fund, that is market manipulation. So I want to be very clear. If it is the case that this is illegal, or rather that this is not true, that they short or they close their position, if that is the case, if they do still have a position, which I've seen people say they will have up until this weekend, I'm not entirely sure, but if they do still have this position and they're going out here and lying about it, that is illegal. So I want that to be understood.
The stock rather of GameStop along the way. Melvin Capital is now out of the stock. They got out of the stock, from what I understand, yesterday afternoon. I just got off the telephone with Gabriel Plotkin, who runs that firm. They've taken a rather huge loss. I do not have the full number on what that loss looked like. As was reported yesterday, both Citadel and Point72 have infused something on the order of close to $3 billion into Melvin Capital to try to...
Now again, these are billionaires that have unlimited money. And another thing that is very crucial to this story is that the hedge funds that shorted the stock somehow, which I don't understand how this is possible, but it is, they somehow shorted the stock for more than the total actual amount of stock. So if GameStop, the total amount of shares is 100%, I believe the number I saw was like 130% that they shorted, which doesn't make any sense. I don't understand that at all. If someone could try to explain that to me, I would love to know. But so I just want that to be understood. So these people are out billions and billions of billions of billions of dollars, right? They thought that they could make billions and billions of billions of billions of dollars. That's what the stock market is. It's a way for rich people to steal money from poor people. That's what it is. That's what it always has been. That's what it always will be. So I need you to understand that money is fake.
Yesterday, both Citadel and Point72 have infused something on the order of close to $3 billion into Melvin Capital to try to shore up its finances. And Gabe Plotkin telling me just moments ago, that the speculation that the firm would file for bankruptcy is false. There's some reporting taking place on Reddit where so much of this discussion began and really created the momentum for, as I said, an army of investors using options to try to press up that price. To some degree, they might be able to argue now that they succeeded. If this was really about vanquishing, if you will, Wall Street or vanquishing a hedge fund manager. In this case, they did take a loss. They may have not put them out of business, but boy, did they come close. We've been following this story, which has been such a wild one. GameStop shares right now. I mean, I can't. I don't even know what to say. It's up 131%, $342. On any kind of fundamental basis, if the stock were worth more than $20 or $30, I think it would be, something to behold. Real questions, of course, about stock manipulation, about the power of what's taking place on places
now. Again,
like Reddit.
I want it to be very clear. Melvin Capital manipulated the stock of GameStop before anyone on Reddit said anything about it. They have been manipulating the stock of GameStop and other companies for years. Now, all of a sudden, a couple million people on the internet, use Reddit and 4chan to say, hey, these guys have to buy this stock at some point, so let's try to make money off of them. That's called being smart. That's called being a smart investor. And clearly a lot of people have made millions and millions of dollars, and good for them. If someone is sitting at home and lost their job in a pandemic and they made $3 million because they spent their stimulus check on GameStop stock when it was $4 and they made millions of bucks off of that, good for them. Fuck the billionaires, right? Again, is Andrew Sorkin going to say that, the billionaires for years have been manipulating the stock market? No. He's saying, well, a subreddit is manipulating the stock market. If a subreddit is capable of manipulating anything, chances are what they're manipulating isn't really even real to begin with. And that's what I want to say. Money is fake. It doesn't mean anything. These stock prices don't mean anything. They literally don't translate to anything. Okay, I want you to understand that. Now, yes, you can buy things with money, and the things you buy with money are real. But the value of money is speculative. The value of the US dollar is speculative. It doesn't mean anything. Theoretically, the United States, over the course of the next 10 years, could be in a lot worse of a position in global policy, and the value of the dollar would go significantly down. That's totally possible. Anything is possible, right? So again, I want you to understand, having $1 does not mean you'll have $1 tomorrow. It does not mean you'll have $1 next month or next year, because the value of all of this stuff is constantly fluctuating, and it's all fake.
Really, what's motivating this type of trading behavior at all, it clearly has nothing to do with the fundamentals of GameStop itself anymore, and much more to do with pop psychology of who's going to be left holding the bag. The thing that concerns me most at this point is whether some of these investors will actually start to get out today. They'll look at this and say, we won the game, if that's winning. Unclear where the finish line is in that regard. But as much pain as they may have created for Melvin Capital, for example, my great anxiety at this point is the number of retail investors that have been jumping into this in the last 24 hours, who very well may get hurt far more and lose far more than some of the hedge funds that.
Yeah, a couple people might try to ride the wave and they might get fucked. That's called being in the stock market for sure. But again, comparing a couple people throwing a couple thousand at GameStop and seeing what happens, right, to hedge fund billionaires that have been doing this shit for literally hundreds of years, I'm sorry, but cry me a fucking river, bitch.
We're involved in this. Let's just show you where we are right now. Joe mentioned at the top of the program Elon Musk tweeting yesterday, which also powered the stock even higher. I mean, there's nothing normal about what you're seeing when it comes to this stock right now. Stock up 51% on Friday, 18% on Monday, 92% yesterday. As I said, soaring in the pre-market. Let's just give you a little bit of a rundown to explain what's happened. Shares popping early in this session. This was yesterday when Chamath Palihapitiya, also somebody who's taken to Twitter and whatnot, really trying to push up this stock. And again, it really raises some important questions about what these people are doing, why they're doing it. I don't like to think of the market as a game, but that's really what this has become.
I don't like thinking of the market as a game. These people on these fucking news shows like Andrew Sorkin, literally, they're religious fundamentalists. That's what they are. They're not even that, they are cultists. There is very little difference between Jim Jones and Andrew Sorkin, right? As far as you are lying to people all day, every day, that is your job, to lie to people and say, oh, the market, the invisible hand, oh, there's two of them, oh, the invisible hands, the market isn't a game, the economy, oh, it's all real and it's so special, oh, the idea that people are manipulating this on Reddit is they're treating the market like it's a game, oh. It's a cultist. Andrew Sorkin is a cult leader. That's what he's trying to be on national television. Melvin Capital, cult leaders. The invisible hand doesn't exist. The market is fake. Money is fake.
This stock in particular, a game. He tweeted that he bought February.
I mean, it literally is. It's GameStop. I mean, come on.
$115 calls on GameStop. The night before, he tweeted, tell me what to buy tomorrow, and if you convince me, I'll throw a few hundred Ks at it to start. Shortly after noon, then you had Cameron Winklevoss tweeting, thinking about going long GameStop. And then after the close, Elon Musk jumping into the action, tweeting GameStonk, which is a reference to the popular meme and linking to the Wall Street Bets Reddit page that's been hyping all of this throughout. That Musk tweet helping drive this pre-market move right now. Later this hour, we're going to talk to Robert Frank, who's been reporting on the biggest winners and really, frankly, we'll see the losers of this GameStop trade. But a lot to be concerned about when you think about what's happening here. Where are the regulators? And is this just the beginning?
Where are the regulators? They ask. Oh, all of a sudden, poor people are making money off the stock market? That's not supposed to happen. The stock market's for rich people to make even more money off of. The stock market is for billionaires to turn their $1 billion into $100 billion. Look at Elon Musk. By the way, Elon Musk, just in case anyone stumbles upon this video, Elon Musk is not your ally, you dumb motherfucker. If you think Elon Musk is an ally to you in any capacity, you are not only a dumb motherfucker, but you yourself are a cultist and a dumb fuck, okay? So I want you to understand that. Elon Musk probably has a vested interest and is just using his platform to, make money off of that. That's what he's doing. So I just want you to understand that. The same thing with the Winklevoss twins, the same thing with the other guy, I don't know that guy, right? These people are not your friend. These people are not your buddy. They're not speaking to the real person. When fucking Elon Musk tweets out memes, it's not because he's hip with the culture, bro. It's because he wants to manipulate you into thinking he's hip with the culture, bro. That's what he's doing. Elon Musk is the richest motherfucker on the planet. His fucking family were emerald miners in apartheid South Africa. This guy is not your friend. Okay, he will never be your friend, no matter how many times you reply to his tweets and say, Elon, please, DM me or whatever. He will never be your friend. He will never speak to you, and you need to understand that. There's a lot of dumb, asshole, bitch-face motherfuckers out there that think, oh, Elon Musk he gave me financial advice on Twitter, and then they make, let's say they make a couple thousand because of Elon's tweet or whatever, and let's say that's true, and then they have that vested interest in liking Elon's brand and following him for more things. That is how Elon gains power. That is how he becomes the richest person in the world when 40% of Americans can't pay their rent every month, and there's an eviction moratorium because people cannot pay their rent. This guy doubles, didn't he triple his net worth? So I just want to say very explicitly, fuck Elon Musk, fuck him, and fuck you if you like him. And that needs to be very explicit. Fuck all of these people, fuck the billionaires. You cannot in any capacity say, oh, I'm gonna crush a hedge fund, haha, but Elon Musk is cool, bro. You are a dumb motherfucker if you say that. I'm sorry. You are not only a dumb motherfucker, but you are dumber than anyone who's defending, you are dumber than Andrew Ross Sorkin in a lot of ways, because Andrew Ross Sorkin's getting paid to say this shit. He has a vested interest as well. He's getting paid to say this dumb shit. If you think Elon's on your team, you're not, you're just an idiot. You're a dumb motherfucker. I'm sorry. I don't know how to put it other way. So I got another article here from Business Insider that I want to go through. Because again, it's very important to look at how the media is framing all this stuff. So, this is from January 27th, 3:23 IST. I guess this is from India or whatever. That's cool. As investors and hedge funds bet against GameStop, Reddit traders are feasting. Short seller net of financing market-to-market losses in GameStop have reached an incredible $5 billion in 2021 as the company's stock continues its historic run, according to data from the financial analytics firm S3 Partners. Losses totaled nearly $867 million on Tuesday alone, as shares rocketed as much as 95% higher. GameStop stock continues its climb on the back of retail traders and Reddit Wall Street Bets army this week as the battle with short-selling hedge funds and investors continues. The company's shares initially leaped on January 11th after an activist Investo and Chewy co-founder Ryan Cohen recommended changes to modernize the business, including adding 3 new directors to the board. Since then, GameStop shares have spiked more than 500%, drawing in swaths of retail traders looking to make a quick buck off of a short squeeze of institutional investors. Again, if people know that Melvin has to buy their stock by a certain day, they have to, then you're going to want to buy that stock and you're going to be the one that sells them that stock. Plain and simple. If someone has a contract that requires them to buy something and you have the only thing, let's say someone wants to buy my phone, right? Okay, here's my cool phone. It's got all my fucking naked photos on it, right? You want to buy this phone? It's a once in a thing, right? Now let's say you signed a contract. Oh, I gotta buy that phone because, you know, the phone's value is like $20 or whatever. And then let's say someone else buys my phone for $16 million. Now, you have a contract that says you need to buy that phone, right? Now, the only person who has this phone is now selling it for $16 million. Good luck, motherfucker. That's the idea. The rapid increase in GameStop's share price has left short sellers with record losses. Still, over the last 30 days, the number of shares shorted in GameStop has actually increased by some 1.53 million, giving the company a short interest of nearly 71.79 million. Blah, 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 blah. Who cares? You know, you understand this. This article is just like, it's trying to paint the Redditors as like some evil villain. And it's like, oh, the poor retail investors, oh. Like, they didn't give a fuck about retail investors before when billionaires were fucking manipulating stocks like candy. At that point, fuck the retail investors. They were guinea pigs. They were guinea pigs and dumb motherfuckers for the cult leaders of the cult leaders of Wall Street to fucking abuse and manipulate. That was their role then. Now, all of a sudden, it's, oh, the poor investor. I know we've been abusing them for literally hundreds of years, but the poor investor, oh my goodness gracious, oh. Right? Like, I don't know, man, this shit is dumb. Anyway, that's my GameStop, segment. If anyone has questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to let me know. And, I would like to end this video by saying, you maybe missed out on GameStop, but maybe you didn't miss out on AMC, Blockbuster, Nokia, blah, blah, blah. Again, I am not a professional. I am just some dumb motherfucker. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to Elon. Do whatever you want with all the information. What you should do when you make any sort of move in anything, whether it's buying a new camera, whether it's, you know, paying someone to clip your bushes in front of your house, what you need to do is do your proper research and proper due diligence. Again, it's like looking at a nutrition label when you're about to buy a fucking, like, piece of food or whatever. Look in the nutrition label, think to yourself, should I really be putting this into my body, or should I maybe select something differently? So again, don't listen to any one person. Any one person there is no such thing as a hero. There is no such thing as a savior. There is no such thing as, you know, modern day Jesus, especially not billionaire bitch boy Elon Musk. So I just want to be very explicit on that one. And hashtag save AMC. Thank you. All right. So is Melvin actually covered, or is Finance TV just lying? I am very, very convinced that they're just lying about it, because if they lie about it, that means the stock will go back down and they will lose less money. That's the idea. All right, let me catch up with the chat, which will probably take 30 minutes. Oh, 10 bucks, or not 10 bucks, rather 10 euros from Andreas. Here is some fake money. Thank you for the fake money. I just want to say euros are way more fake than the United States dollar, so thank you for that. Usually, even if a hedge fund doesn't actually make a move, as long as they say they are, it's going to make a difference. Exactly. That's media manipulation. One group of people having that power is manipulation. Millions of people independently coming together to say, hey, this is a good idea. That's not manipulation. That's called just the stock market. That's what the stock market is. Millions of people in their homes saying, hey, I'm going to put $20 into that company. I think it'll do pretty well. That's the stock market. That's literally... I don't know, man. But again, money is fake. Source, yeah, I already read that. Okay. Already watched this on clickbait. It's so good. This guy is cringe and deluded. Yeah, no, it's great. Bitcoin is fake too. Absolutely. Everything is fake. Actually, this proves the New York Stock Exchange is fake. It is fake. Isn't that illegal stock market manipulation? Not that most people care about white collar crime. Literally broadcasting lies on public television, if they are in fact lies, which I think if they are, they will be proven to be so at some point in time. That will be illegal. But again, the whole concept here is they're going to try to save as much cash as they can, right? And then if they do get fined by the SEC, they'll pay off the fees. They're billionaires, right? So if they're able to save an extra $13 billion or whatever, instead of having to pay $26 billion, they have to pay $13 billion in a failed stock attempt, right? They're going to use... let's say a couple, it probably was only going to cost a couple $1 million in legal fees and fines. And then it's like, all right, well, we saved $12.3 billion total. Let's go do something else. So again, it doesn't matter if they violate the law because they have enough money to fund all the fines, fund all the legal fees, and they'll bounce right back later on. That's why capitalism is a disaster. It's a disaster. Anyone who supports capitalism is a fucking idiot. Anyone that supports the free market, oh, the invisible hand. Oh, yes. I promise you he would not get out of that position. You know what? Let me go look at the volume. Okay. White Wall Street is the real pandemic. Sometimes stocks will split when they become high in price. Don't say that. Low cut. I need my death to look like an accident. Same. I hate stocks, so I haven't studied it much. I hate stocks too, but I like studying what I hate. That's me. It's an options contract, says Zorak. You choose the price you get it at as long as you have enough money to afford 100 shares. Okay, yeah, exactly. So that's why this is an option only for big hedge funds, because they have the money to cover that shit. No one tries to shore up the finances of the working class. Exactly. You a fan of modern monetary theory? Kind of seems like when you're talking about... Yes, absolutely. Money is fake. Absolutely. LMAO, mentioning Reddit in the stock market is like the funniest thing I've ever... It's great. I know. Isn't this just wonderful? This is so wonderful. Again, I don't like all the people on Reddit and 4chan. They're probably individually on a personal level garbage human beings. Like if you read Wall Street Bets, it literally reads like fucking like B did like fucking 10 years ago. It's pure garbage. It's absolute shit. But if you can make some money off of it, fuck it. That's the idea. Again, save AMC. Save AMC. My partner tried to buy AMC last night through Robinhood, and they canceled his order right before it went through this morning. That's interesting. I recommend using limit orders or stop limit orders rather than market buys. That's my recommendation. It's at 360 now. Jeez. He tried through 4 different methods this morning. AMC, the channel, I'm a noob, lol. AMC, the theater company, to my understanding. AMC movie theaters. Fuck the billionaires. Oh shit, okay. AMC Entertainment Holdings Company. I just bought 30 shares of AMC. Again, I won't disclose how much I have, but I do have a double-digit amount of shares. Not a triple-digit, only a double-digit amount of shares of AMC. So I am personally, financially vested, and you need to understand that. So if I tell you that, hey, maybe AMC is a good buy, you have to understand, if you buy AMC, I will make money. So you have to understand that. I just bought 30. Okay, that was a private game they didn't expect the average public to join. Less than my $600 government bonus. Don't know. AMC needs to bring back Lodge 49. I don't know what that is. Wall Street Bets is going to turn into a sham with all the gaslighting posts. Again, you have to understand, Wall Street Bets right now has an unprecedented level of authority and people listening to what they say. So it's very possible that people on there will lie for short-term benefit. It's very possible that they'll say, hey, go look at this company, and, then they'll make some cash, and then they'll sweep you under the rug. That's what this is all about. So you have to understand what you're getting yourself into. I popped out my chat room, and it won't scroll up past Daniel S. with the thumbs up and the check mark. So if there's any messages that you wanted me to read from that point onward, I'm sorry. I didn't know popping out the chat room would destroy it, so I'm sorry. We'll coup whatever stocks we want to coup. Agreed? Bob says, Trump fired all the regulations. Interesting, huh? Really makes you think. When they can make money, they make money. And then when you make money, all of a sudden, stocks are a casino. Why fund managers never beat the index. Yes, stock market is gambling. All of it is gambling. I wouldn't say it's necessarily the same as a casino, but it is definitely gambling. This needs to become a crash course for regular people to form pots and put the squeeze on them. Sure. Denisa says, sorry, you're rambling here. Elon Musk is comparison with other billionaires actually does something. No, shut the fuck up, Denisa. I'm sorry. If you're new here, I don't, I'm a very abrasive person. No. I know you just came onto my stream because of the subject matter. If you defend the richest person in the world, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. There is no middle ground. You are being duped. He doesn't do anything for the people. You are lying on his behalf, and that's embarrassing and pathetic. So again, if I'm sorry if that offends you, but how can you say, oh, I'm against the hedge funds when you're simping in my chat room for the richest person in the world? Like, are you dumb? Like, you expect me to believe that dumb bullshit? Oh yeah, all the other billionaires are evil, but Elon Musk, he's a good guy. Like, no, you're a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. Sorry, you're rambling here. Elon Musk, you can't even spell the person's name. Stop being so vindictive and ignorant, thinking all who make money are these evil people just because you're miserable. No, I don't think all who make money are evil people. I think billionaires are evil people. You are not a billionaire, and if you are, prove it, motherfucker. You are not a billionaire, so shut the fuck up. I'm not talking about you. Go cry in a corner somewhere, you dumb crybaby loser fanboy or fangirl, whatever. I love watching billionaires losing billions, but the market is a zero-sum game. It usually means some other billionaires got that money, so everyone else still loses. No, for sure. That's the whole point, is that if real people go from being jobless in a pandemic to having all of a sudden $2-3 million in their bank account, that's only a good thing. So that's only a good thing. Little bubble. Denisa being cringe. You caping or capping for billionaires? We don't do that here. Yeah, this is an anarchist chat room. We don't do that shit here. Wait, where are these names? Oh my god. I bought BLSP a week ago, and it went up 450%, and no one made a big deal of it, so I don't see why this is such a problem for them. Yep, it's only when certain people are certainly offended by it that it's actually a problem. So is Melvin actually covered, or is Finance TV just lying? I'm not entirely sure yet. Denise's way to sound like a bootlicker and an ass kisser. Trust me, investors are not upset, lol. Good segment, thank you. Lol, is someone standing for the poor billionaires in here? Ha ha ha. Exactly. Again, oh, the poor billionaire, the richest person in the world. Oh. Wow, that's a lot of viewers. This is the average now. Super Lump, you're missing out. Would it be a sin to J.O. to an Andrea VOD and the new ContraPoints video at the same time? No, you should definitely do that and then blog about it. I don't know what any of this shit means at all, but I glanced at r/Wall Street Bets and they're just memeing about this, so that's something. That's why it's funny. They're just making fun of billionaires and watching them cry, which I'm down with. I don't like them on an individual level, but, again, fuck the billionaires. That includes Elon Musk. Every single person that has over $1 billion is garbage. They're trash, and if they just disappeared tomorrow, the world would be a better place. Elon being a billionaire doesn't mean he's corrupt or evil. Stop being so cringe. No, you're a fucking moron, Denisa. Shut the fuck up. Zorak, if you want to know more, you can message me at FB or Twitter. Feel free to drop your ats or whatever. Oh, at Pasta Blunt. Okay, there you go. Pasta. I love that. Andrea hedge fund when? Hey, maybe tomorrow? What was Sorkin's solution? Regulate Reddit? He was just saying buzzwords. Regulation. Enforcement. The invisible hand of the free market. Just buzzwords. Doesn't matter. He wasn't advocating for anything. Yay, we were able to get $100 of AMC. I love it. No, I mean, I feel like AMC, if the thing is, GameStop already happened. We're at a point where GameStop already happened. If you didn't get in on it, maybe consider maybe trying to ride the wave, but again, it's going to be very dangerous to ride the wave at this point. So just throwing that out there. But the idea right now is that there are other markets that are in similar positions to Melvin and GameStop, and AMC is one of them to my understanding. So I don't know what the ceiling for AMC is. If we want to speculate on the ceiling of that, I would love to know. I don't know if AMC would possibly get to $400 a share like GameStop, but if it does, I'll be rich. But it probably won't. This will be fun. It's basically the same price as going to 2 movies there. Lock. Yep, basically. Truly astounding. Super lump, bit less for the gaming. Alas, I'm working on it. Kurt, based and stupid reasoning. He never said it was, but guess you don't care. Denise's still here. I can't wait to catch up with the chat. I'm going to try to speed run some of this. I'm sorry. You are engaging in a Sisyphean task. I'm sorry. My low IQ is coming out there. In the words of our former president.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
I noticed Denisa has a message retracted. I wish to God I could have read that in time. My family had a gremlin, and considering my dad was 6'3" and I'm 6'4", it was small. Oh shit, whatever that means. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to speed run. Regulators need to look into Sorkin. Agreed. I shorted 100 of them at 20. This could put a significant dent in Citadel's AUM. So delicious. Love to see it. I don't even get what that means. I don't know what it means either. Lol at Denisa. What did they say? What did they say? I can see your invisible hand. Ooh, right? Like, isn't that amazing? Beef stock over here. No beef stock. We need vegetable stock up in here. So Musk is equated to all of science. Oh my, what did they say? Please someone tell me what they said. Did anyone get a screenshot? Fuck. I only went to college to learn about it so I could smuggle money back into my neighborhood. Honestly, there you go. There you go. That's how it's done. No billionaire exists that has not stepped over people to get there. Exactly. Brian Carr, they're mad because the guys on Reddit put a system in place to beat their system. Yup. Super Lump, is there a schedule for the video game streams? Not at the moment. I am currently in New Jersey, so things are a little bit in flux. Zorak, I know, lol. At Bethany, glad you got it, though. Marcus Lake, margin trading exposes you to iffy dealing by your broker. Yes. Denisa, your views at 0PE, I don't have to agree with everything she says. Sorry, you don't have to agree. But again, you are objectively, this is, again, whether or not you take, if you want to say the sky is not even, if you want to say the sky is X-ray, or you want, like, let's just even go more abstract. The sky is W. Like, it's not even a color, it's just a letter. If that's your opinion, I mean, you can think it if you want to. Like, if that makes your life better in any capacity, to think that the sky is W, sure, but that's objectively untrue. Elon Musk is objectively not a good person. This is a factual statement, and if that triggers you, I apologize. I don't mean to make your life worse, but if your life is worse, if you get in a conundrum and a conniption fit and a temper tantrum because someone yells at a billionaire, you are no better than Andrew Sorkin. Andrew Sorkin is paid to lie for the sake of billionaires. At least he's getting paid. Denisa is probably not getting paid, and that just makes this only more fucking pathetic. I am totally a noob and poor. I have 2 shares. Hey, who knows how much that's going to be worth in a couple days from now. Little double digit. I love it. Little kid in Starship Troopers. I'm doing my part 2. Yep, there you go. I'm familiar with that GIF and meme. You can't short without margin. Super Lump, Sunday Run Day remains, but now Sunday afternoons. Oh my God, stop. The rest is a little more ad hoc. Yes. But Andrea said I should short. Not to be confused with Ben Shapiro, of course. You are right, though. Limit orders are much better than market. Absolutely. WSB has always been 90% sham. Absolutely. No, you don't have to agree, but also you don't have to simp for a billionaire that has exploited other... calling Elon Musk a billionaire at this point is a non sequitur. He is the richest motherfucker in the history of motherfuckers, okay? He is not a billionaire, okay? Like fucking... George Soros is a billionaire, and he's got a fraction of the worth of Elon Musk, okay? Elon Musk needs a new category. This guy's got hundreds of billions of dollars, okay? He is not just a billionaire. He is the richest motherfucker in the history of motherfuckers, and you cannot be the richest motherfucker without stepping on people. I'm sorry. You just can't. This guy's family literally had an emerald mine in apartheid South Africa. Where do you think he got his fucking start from, dude? Like, how dumb are you? And how dumb do you think we are? Like, when you come into my chat room going like, oh, Elon Musk is a good person, the only reason why you would do that is, 1, you are being paid to lie and you think we're all dumb, or 2, you are a dumb motherfucker yourself and you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. And both of those are the only 2 options. I'm sorry. The sky is not W. You missed some doozies. Ugh. Zorak, I have to... Bethany Rhodes says, Zorak, I have to look it up. Next up, limit. Thanks. A limit order, say, okay, let me describe this. A market order is whatever the price is right now. If you buy it, it's that price. You buy whatever the lowest sell order is. So let's say the lowest sell order for AMC is $15.13. Let's say you buy at the market, you will buy $15.13 worth of AMC stock. A limit order is, let's say you don't want to buy the stock at 15. You are wanting to assume that the stock will go down to 13. So what you would do is you would have a limit order for, so let's say $13.15. And so if the market naturally goes down, you have an order there is that someone, if they sell that stock at that time, they will take your order. It's a little bit, complicated, but I'm sorry if I tried to explain it in a basic way. Elon stands are a fresh face amidst the MAGA chuds that are normally here. No, it's great entertainment. Random says, good recommendation. Robin Hood let mine through this morning. Yeah, try limit orders. Super Lump, I love new viewers. Me too. Pranny, muskrats are a cult of stupid. Absolutely. Bob, Andrea, the chat only goes back so far, even if you don't pop out. It's a YouTube thing. I know, I'm getting too many people. Too many people are writing messages to me. I can't keep up. But I'm going to try. Bob Carmody, your PC memory would totally be taken up by the chat otherwise. Absolutely. Top Damage Wizard, Tesla sucks. Absolutely. Entertained, only 4 funds owned 88% of S&P 500. Yep. Circle of Chains, Andrea, you fucking rock. Trash these billionaire cucks. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sure, if it sickens me to think that a man must hide his erection inside of a woman in order to have sex, for the reason that a man should let his penis stand tall and free like a miniature American flag. Okay. Wait, but Jimmy Dore is an anarchist too. Oh no. Whoops. Elon is an con man. Agreed. She's one of those nutty people that thinks she will be the billionaire someday, and that's why she defends them. I'm willing to bet. Absolutely. Circle of Chains, and so are the booger boys. Fuck the boogers. I throw that shit in the fucking trash can, bitch. Kurt says, at 0 PE, most Americans are temporarily embarrassed millionaires. Yep. Billionaires who wear jeans are wonderful. Billionaires shouldn't exist. Correct. Daniel S. Haha, where are the regulators? Andrew Sorkin. Yeah, it's so dumb. Denisa, shilling for them isn't going to get you a spot at the table in the big house. It's not. Kurt, and all you Bill Gates stans can go fuck yourself too. He's been pushing against child labor laws and buying tons of farmland. Yeah, fuck Bill Gates. Fuck billionaires. If you're a billionaire, you're scum. Either is a troll. Denisa is either a troll or a very dumb person. Just ignore him/her. No, agreed. They're just a dumb motherfucker. Either that or they're like a bot or they're just being paid to do this stupid shit. Sure, if it's way too late to get on the GameStop train, I wouldn't necessarily say it's way too late. It's way too late if you intend on making millions of dollars. Yes, it's way too late. But if you want to make, if you it's totally possible that GameStop would double again. Maybe. But it's also possible it doesn't. And it's possible it goes up like 20%. If you put in $100 and you take it out at the right time, you'll have $120. Buy yourself, buy yourself some weed or something, that's a win as far as I'm concerned. They'll cut your wages, salary, take away your insurance, and foreclose on your shit just like anyone else. Exactly. Musk is a war criminal. Exactly. Elon doesn't have a great history at the ANC. I'm not sure he'll promote this one. Oh my God, stop. I would say it can get around 120 depending on the reaction. What, AMC? I hope so. Sorry, just tuning in. AMC as in the movie theaters. Yes. If you have a, Robinhood or any sort of stock buying capability, look into AMC. And I'm not a professional. I have a vested interest, understand all that stuff. Billionaires just worked harder during the pandemic. That's why they got richer. Yeah, they worked harder by fucking sitting in their office and taking and receiving phone calls for 2 hours a day. It's way too late to get on the... Okay, they'll cut your wages, yes. Elon doesn't have a great history. Okay, my God, where am I? Sisyphus eternally shoved that rock up a mountain, didn't he? I don't know who that is. Sisyphus, I do like the first half of that, though. Sissy, it's pretty good. Was the guy who had to roll the rock up the hill. I don't know that guy. There probably have been many guys who have rolled rocks up the hill, so as far as I'm concerned, that's doesn't help me. Yeah, we're a stock trading channel now. We could be. I've been into crypto for a long time, so I kind of know the basics of this stuff. That was indeed Sisyphus. Yes, and that hill was my ass. There you go. AVGN is the only time I accept rolling rock. Motherfucker. Sisyphus was punished by eternally pushing a boulder up a hill only to have it roll back down again. Damn. Denisa said attacking Musk is like attacking science in favor of... Oh my god, what a stupid fucking idiot. I hope they're still here so they can hear what I said about them. AMC was a car company in the USA that failed in the 60s or 70s. That's pretty funny. Will you stream some video games today? I will probably not stream video games until I'm back home. I am going to be leaving Saturday afternoon. So I will be back on Sunday. So I'll probably do like a full day of Sunday Run Day. You're really smart, home girl. Thank you. I appreciate that. Humanity must exterminate billionaires if we want to survive in the next decades. Now, I agree, but I want to be as, clear as possible. When we say exterminate billionaires, we do not mean to inflict violence on human beings. What we mean is we need to find a way to take their money in a totally non-violent way via maybe 100% taxes above. Personally, I think there should be a 100% tax on anything above, let's say, $20 million. Like, you shouldn't be able to have any more than $20 million. Now, if you want me to be a little bit, I'll compromise with 99.99% tax rate on any dollar earned above 20 million. That's my compromise. So that's how I personally would prefer, right? Personally prefer as someone who is on YouTube and does not want any legal liability for anything. That is how I personally would prefer to go about things. I don't agree with objective facts. What about the other side? Of course. What about the other side? Oh, Elon Musk bashing day. Dude, you are breathing the sky into your lungs. That's so fucking gay, dude. I know, isn't that incredible? AMC is the stock ticker that you type in to find it. He moving to my city. Oof. Poop in the doorstep. What? Musk is a pos that has never created anything and has only handed down wealth from his parents' apartheid diamond mine. I thought it was an emerald mine. He only has value for the memes. Exactly. Yeah, licking the boots of your oppressor as a hobby for some sad people. Absolutely. No. He is not the close to the richest in history. It depends on how you quantify that stuff. I mean, it depends on how you quantify that stuff. It's all relative, obviously. But I would say given Elon Musk has, interest in space travel. Elon Musk wants to terraform Mars and do it with his personal capitalistic interest. Yes, was Caesar rich in Rome? Sure. But I'm saying the level of possibility right now is untold. So yeah, I think maybe he's not the richest person in history yet, but we have to look at intentions down the line here. Elon Musk is relatively young. Jeff Bezos is relatively young. Science and medicine have been finding ways to halt or stop or reverse aging. And so if a billionaire is able to have that technology, if a billionaire is 50 years old, and let's say by the time they're 70 or 80, there's a very expensive and exclusive treatment that, potentially halt aging, which is something that scientists are looking into, and it's looking like it's theoretically possible. So I'm just saying we need to be very well aware of all this stuff. This is all very important. Why is his name Musk? It's because he fucking stinks. That's correct. Billionaires have become the biggest threat to democracy. They are modern feudalistic lords. Absolutely. Reminder, he's now drilling for natural gas in Texas. I love natural gas, baby. Yeah, I was just about to say, the greediest man to ever live. There you go. Caesar had 4 trillion and Massa Musa had eclipsed him tenfold. I mean, it's all relative. Gajillionaire. I thought Jeff Bezos was the richest. He was the richest a couple months ago. Get with the program, buddy. Oh, Denisa's still here, thank God. Oh, Denisa's still here. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm honestly loving the Elon hate. It's so good. Okay, you ready? Hold up. I don't think you want an echo chamber in here, so I thought you would accept other opinions. And if I think you know better, then provide your argument. If think you know better, then provide your argument in a calm tone. Well, first of all, I'm sorry that my tone upsets you. If you can't understand the language that I'm speaking because I'm screaming at you for being a dumbass, then that sounds like a personal problem. And to say that you disagree with Elon Musk being a terrible person, again, there is no disagreement. You are objectively wrong. Elon Musk is a terrible person. He is a billionaire. In order to become a billionaire, you must be a terrible person. If you want me to make this analogy a little bit more explicit, if you are a member of the KKK, there's a high chance that you're a terrible person. I would even say it's 100% likely that you're a terrible person. So again, If you are a billionaire, it is likely that you're a terrible person. 99.9999%. If you want to be scientific about it, it's not 100. It's 99.9999% likelihood that you're a terrible person. That's the fact of the matter. If you think Elon Musk is a good person, you are a dumb motherfucker. There is no if, there is no and, there is no but. Yep, and him moving Tesla here has driven up our real estate market for the last few months. Of course it has. That's all about it. Musk packed him sometime last week or so. I thought it was last month. Business Insider. Some users are experiencing issues with TD, Amber, Vanguard, other platforms at a heavy volume. Boom, 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 baby. Elon Musk has constantly been lying about the self-driving cars since 2013. I want to say that these platforms are not shutting down due to high volume. They're shutting down to the amount of, or not shutting down, but they're experiencing technical glitches due not because of volume, but because of the amount of people that are interacting with this volume. Again, this amount of money has been being sifted around literally every single day for hundreds of years. So it's not the volume of the cash, it's the not necessarily how many people, but who are the people. Exactly. It's like regular, everyday individual investors. That is why. Circle of Chains. Hey, Andrea, I hope you go on the Majority Report sometime soon. I mean, I hope so too. It's probably not going to happen anytime soon. But what you need to do, this is the step-by-step. What you need to do is every single day, you need to get on your phone and you need to call the Majority Report. All of you. If I've got 98 viewers, I want 98 people to be on the phone lines in the Majority Report in 20 minutes from now. I guess an hour and 20 minutes, but you need to call them up and you need to tell them, you need to demand of them in a nice and calm tone. Of course, they're our allies, they're our friends. I love Sam Cedars' show, right? You need to demand that they platform me because I am so beautiful, intelligent, and cogent with the way I speak. And, simp for me on the Majority Report phones. That's what I'm saying. That's the goal. If you want me on the Majority Report, call them up. Tell them about it. We got someone on the inside. We got Bob Carmody here. Inside, double agent, right? So we got people on the inside, right? Let's get it done. Yes, this is accurate info right here. I wish I knew what you're talking about. Captain Spock, Elon needs a good ass kicking. Absolutely. But if you're Denisa, you would misread that and think ass kissing. I couldn't get Robinhood to work due to traffic issues, I think. So I got on TD Ameritrade. Seems to be working pretty well. Whatever works. Reminder, I have a vested interest in AMC right now, so I'm just throwing that out there. So you can place a limit order, and even if you are asleep when it gets to that price, it will make your purchase automatically. Absolutely. I always use limit orders for everything. What? Ha 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 ha. Who said that in chat? Me. TD Ameritrade. I wish I knew what. Yeah. TD Ameritrade. I'm so sorry the chat is so far behind. I mean, Elon smokes weed and is for UBI better than most right-wing billionaires. I don't think that means anything because, again, you have to understand UBI is better for his interests. Like, having all the poor people die is not going to be good for billionaires. So giving them enough money to barely survive but not revolt, that's the ideal sweet spot. And Elon is young enough to realize that. Oh, my God, my chat fucking... Only a total piece of shit would want $1 billion. $100 million is more than enough for anyone. I would even say $10 million is more than enough for anyone. Billionaires are overcompensating. Absolutely. Weed for the win. Hell yes. Pray nay. Whatever that means. Oh, that's your name. Is there another live chat? Where's Andrea reading from? I'm just in the past. I'd say 3 million is good enough to live comfortably for anyone's lifestyle. Cool pants. Yes, I have not changed my clothes in 24 hours. I will do so shortly, I promise. Laura, with TD Ameritrade, they will send you a debit card tied to your account. You can buy anything as soon as you make your money. Oh, that's cool. She's going back far in the past. I'm trying to read every single chat message. That's what I like doing. I like reading every single chat message. I might skim over a few that are, but I try to read them all. GME has gone up like 20% during the time of the show. You should have gotten it. Greek myth. Oh my God, I'm so far behind. The crypt is The crypt is making its shocking return. Reminder, I did like a 50 episode series called The Crypt about crypto investing. Very fun, very fun. I will probably set up a debit with them later. Right now, I'm just dipping my toes in. I didn't have more than $50 to risk. Yeah, I mean, don't do any more than you can. Pronunciation Sisyphus. Okay. I prefer Sisyphus, though. I remember buying Bitcoin the first time for like $15. Oof. Favorite crypto right now? Hive. Hive. It is a social media platform that I post my content to. It is like Reddit, kind of, but instead of upvoting, and that does nothing except give you serotonin in your brain, upvotes are worth an actual coin amount, and it gets paid in an inflationary reward system. And I've made a lot of money on Hive over the last 3 years. I would say over the last 3 years posting my content on Hive, I've probably made at least $10,000. And that's just on the inflationary rewards and not me putting any money in. So I'm just throwing that out there. And I'm a content maker, so you have to keep that in mind. If you're not a content maker, then it's probably not going to be as profitable for you, though it is probably something you can make some extra money on. And if you're poor enough and you want to back me up as well, because you can also help me make money on that platform, I should definitely just do a Hive tutorial for y'all. The New Jersey saga is almost over. It's still got a little bit left. ETH. Love me some ETH. Wish John Ossoff would carry a sissy fuss. Oh my God. AMC was owned by Mitt Romney's dad. Worst quality cars in American history. Oof. Or BTC Cash. I'm not a fan of Bitcoin Cash. Elon is the richest U.S. contractor and one of the very few non-union contractors. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Max is excited for my return. Max is, in fact, excited for my return. Don't think it's the car company. Destroy them as a class. AMC, the out-of-business car company, and AMC, the movie chain. Yeah, we're talking about AMC, like $sign AMC. That's what we're talking about. Good point. I see what you mean. Hello, Jeff. Hi, Andrea. Hello, chat. If you want to create a cool video game for all the people, I'll need $200 million for that. That's more than $20 million. No, you don't need $200 million for that. I'm sorry. Like, you need $0 to create a video game. All you need are people that are willing to work together. So in communism, if everyone has all of their basic needs met, they're free to explore anything in their creative ideal. So that's why I want to achieve an anarchist communist society, because once that happens, we don't need to worry about money and we can just all make video games for fun instead of worrying about how we're going to eat tomorrow. Bezos would fucking destroy Elon in a fight. I'm not sure about that. You have to understand that Bezos is bald, and that's a huge factor here. Dore is shorting Humana here. Oh my God. Yo, Jeffrey. Hello, Levi Spriggs. Good morning. Overcoming entropy is doomed to fail. I don't necessarily agree with that. Elon has wee beady eyes. Dude, entropy is so gay, dude. Get that entropy up in me. Billionaires give us medicine and GOP gives us the spoonful of sugar. Sure. Yeah. I get it. All billionaires are overcompensating. Bars and tone. I'm 36 years old and I'm
about to be 34 and I have no family.
Hit the like button. Definitely hit the like button. Simping for a billionaire isn't an opinion. It's brainwashing. Absolutely. When billionaires change positions at the top of the wealth hierarchy, what it really says is that they're robbing the people blind. Absolutely. I mean, billionaires have stolen all of our money for the last, literally for all of human history. Humans as a species started out as, tribes of hunterers and gatherers. And basically ever since then, it's been a couple people trying to steal from the rest of us. And we need to stop that shit. Maybe, and I hate to say this, I mean, I do in fact hate to say this.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ, only the real.
My mouse is not in the right spot. I just totally let that loop over. I'm going to skip a few chats. I almost skipped Anissa. Good for him. The government and NASA isn't doing shit. You're a fucking moron. I'm not going to read the rest of that. Billionaires do not see their wealth as just money or even power, but as a status symbol. Call MR 646-257-3920. Yeah, hit him up. Tell him how great I am. Too many poor is trying to trade. Obviously, when I say that, I'm speaking in a satirical tone. I hope everyone understands that. I don't want to cause any feud here. I don't want to, cause any problem or. After the 1918 pandemic, the stock market boomed, then crashed. Or email majorityreporters@gmail.com. You got me. Exactly. Inside. Double agent. Bob, get on MR2. Pretty sure Sam would shout at me. I hope not. Bob Carmody is everywhere. The Majority Report is censoring Andrea. I'm being censored by the Majority Report. This is a huge free speech issue. And I'm going to probably, I think, take a litigious pathway forward in this problematic instance of human history. I would also like to see you on the Bituation Room. Hey, again, okay, let me just reiterate this. I am willing to have anyone on my show. Anyone. I don't give a fuck who you are. Anyone is allowed to come on my show. Vice versa, I will also go on anyone's show. I don't care who they are. I've called up like fucking GOP like fucking streams. I've talked to literal neo-Nazis that have said to me on voice chat that they want to kill me. I have debated people of all kinds of political persuasions. And I'm totally willing and able and free. I have no schedule basically whatsoever. I'm totally willing, able, and free to go on anyone else's show. So with that being said, if you want to see me on another show, I already am willing to do so. So it's just a matter of you getting them to be willing to do so. And if you want to do so in such a way, it's like, hey, this person has a show and they accept any guests, you should go on it. But you're going to have to tell them, because, I'm at the bottom of the food chain here. Nearly 2 hours on 3 stories. Actually, I had like 5 stories. Thank you. Wait until you have 7,000 viewers. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is worth reading out loud. I am the second most beautiful person in this online space. It's not real UBI if it replaces all other services for $1K per month. Yeah, I mean, Andrew Yang is gone, so we need to retake UBI as a political position away from Andrew Yang's libertarian snake oil bullshit. UBI means a universal basic income, plain and simple. Andrew Yang's plan, of which has, again, it's kind of like how Jimmy Dore tried to have force the vote and Medicare for all be synonymous. That's kind of what Andrew Yang did with UBI. He tried to have UBI and his version of UBI be synonymous, and his fanboys kept doing that. UBI is not synonymous with Andrew Yang's plan to disenfranchise people on welfare. That's just ridiculous. And we need to retake that shit. Billionaires wasted our limited resources on vanity projects. Absolutely. Billionaires could have single-handedly, or I guess, multi-handedly with all the billionaires. If the top 10 richest people in the world wanted to stop climate change, they could. If the top 10 richest people in the world wanted to stop world hunger, they could. They choose not to, and every single day that they choose not to is ridiculous. Billionaires waste their limited resources on vanity projects. Billionaires fleece millionaires. Were hardly a factor. Absolutely. To be a billionaire, scores of people have to be fucked out of a decent life for you to get there. Absolutely. Blair Halfley, now that's a spicy take. Lol. They are both too sick with greed to win anyone in a fight. You're so sweet for reading all of our message. I'm trying my best here. Taxpayers invented most medicines. I mean, the other thing is, like, these messages are actually, like, relatively intelligent. Like, if it were just, like Vouch's chat room and it's just like Pepe the Frog emojis and like fucking meme shit, like I wouldn't bother, right? And I hope that that's never, like, I've been in that situation where my chat room is just like a bunch of stupid meme shit. I much prefer having intelligent discussion in the chat, so that's why I'm actually reading all this shit. I'll make sure we keep the peace. There we go. Wait. This is going to be me after everyone floods Majority Report with phone calls.
But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened.
That's going to be me after everyone creates a war with the Majority Report. It's a status symbol. The rest of the world knows their status is asshole. Absolutely. Almost caught up. Sam Cedar is standing in the way of you and Andrea. Absolutely. Chad is giving me AIDS. 1984. Sam Cedar standing in the way of your healthcare. Bernie too. Also Stalin and Mao. Wow. Andrea admits I'm the most beautiful person in the online space. There you go. Yang Bi. I want an unlimited bacon income. I don't know about bacon. That's bad for you. Hello everyone. Hey Jochin. SS for all, Social Security for all. Oh my God, I don't need to scroll down anymore. I think that's better messaging than UBI. It could be. No, not Yang. Oh, I'm sorry, JL. Oh, Denise is still here. Thank God. They're listening to everything I say. That just actually makes me happy because, they're going to be thinking about this for at least the next couple of hours after the stream ends. And yet you can't stand one person it's not a different opinion. You are a dumbass. Do you want to come on my stream? Do you want to have a voice-to-voice conversation with me, Denisa? Feel free. What? I'm willing to speak to you about this, you dumb motherfucker. Hello, Jen Bennett. PP in Law and Order. I love PP. I spit out my coffee. Asian carp. I love it. We have to have peace. There's never been a time like this where such a thing has happened. Oh my God. BlackRock has been pushing net zero recently. Maybe capital can save the world despite themselves. Lol, JK, Peppy, me. I don't know. Who knows? So after all this healthy eating talk yesterday, I thought, let's eat totally unhealthy today. So I went to McDonald's earlier today. Long story short, I'm miserable now. Vomit emoji. Well, that's what happens when you don't take my advice. No, Andrea, no peace. At 0PE, I failed to see that happen except triggered responses. Oh my God, this dumb bitch. Out of context, do you want to come on my stream? Oh my God. Denisa, are you the most triggered one? Denisa, are you the most... I would prefer to say you are, but... posing that as a question is interesting. Are you the most triggered one on here? Probably. We have to have peace. Dullard of the day. The Daily Dullard. Actually, hold up. Let me get the sound effect. All right. So on today's episode of Above It All, I present to you the Daily Dullard. Denisa, then ignore my comments if you don't want to engage with me. You can't make one argument without being what? Like, again, you're welcome to come on my show. Jeffrey says, I made pizza last night. Depends on the pizza. Pizza can be good. Lol, whatever you say, Denisa, have fun in that alternate reality you live in. Ty Denisa for the free entertainment. Thank you. The black robe and the black shield. I love it.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes.
Oh my god. I love all the dummies in the chat. I need blood. Lol. We are engaging with you. You are just fact proof. Rip Alex Trebek. Rip. You caught up with the stream, mostly. That's the last message. All right, y'all. Another 2-hour program today. Amazing. Love to see it. I appreciate all of you for showing up and, giving me the super chats and all that kind of stuff. Again, I'm considering operating another operation called Operation Grift Round 2, Phase 2, Part 2, whatever you want to refer to it as. And if I do so, this is my whole thing, is I want to have people give me money, and then I want to use that money on things. Not necessarily for myself, but I would love to build more organizational apparati or apparatuses, whatever. I would love to do that, and if you want to give me money, I will come up with some stuff to entice you into giving me money. So, Operation Grift Part 2 coming soon. Thank you. Good shit as always. Hit like. Absolutely hit like. Yo, motherfucker. JL, thank you for the $10. Yo, okay, there was this dumb motherfucking doorknob piece of shit that was like, they commented on one of my live stream archives and said, there's 100 likes, but only 10 comments. You can tell, like trying to imply that I'm a bot or what, I'm bot farming. Like, in order to say that, this is a Jimmy Dore Dumbo doorknob, right? In order for you to say that, you need to not watch a single second of the video, because as soon as you watch the video, the chat replay is there, right? As soon as you watch the video, you would know it's an archive, right? So in order to leave that comment, you would need to literally not watch not even a single second, but what is like the smallest, what is the smallest fraction of time? There's a word for that. Zeptosecond, apparently. What is a zeptosecond? A zeptosecond is a trillionth of a billionth of a second. That's a decimal point followed by 20 zeros. Okay, so you'd have to literally not watch a single zeptosecond in order for that comment to make sense in your brain, but they just did it anyway. It's called mutual aid, sweaty. Look it up. I love mutual aid. Come on over to the Majority Report, friends. Maybe if people call on my behalf, I'll watch the Majority Report. I will... I will only watch the Majority Report if you talk about me. I'm sorry. That's the only thing. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up soon. So appreciate all of y'all for showing up now. I really do. You blocked me on your Discord server. Oh, this person is familiar. Okay. All right. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. So, Denisa. Huh. Interesting. That's an interesting development. This person is on an alt account of someone who went to my Discord to probably spam transphobic garbage. I thought this was just a random person. Now I know that this is just a troll. That's great. I love it. You revealed your power level, buddy. Oops. All right. Thank you all for watching. Again, I really I don't know how to, I need to come up with a way to explain how much I appreciate this stuff. But that's the end of the show. I'm going to eat breakfast, also known as lunch, because the show lasted too fucking long. Goodbye. Is that off? Shit.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ, running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
He was not a loser. He was a patriot, and the people left behind there were heroes. And I resent like hell.
Are you talking about
I'm talking about my son, Beau Biden. You're talking about me.
I don't know Beau. I know Hunter.
Yeah,
Hunter got thrown out of the military. He was thrown out, dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. It wasn't
cocaine use, and he didn't have a job until you became vice president. The first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
And by the way, I don't think that's some grand conspiracy. I think this is sort of what power is. I mean this at a sort of high level.
It's not that they don't want to help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. 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 Make sure the television. Make sure the record player on at night. Play the radio. The record player on at night. Play the record player on at night.